Assalamu alaikum, student of class 6. How are you? I hope you are all fine and healthy. I am Khurshid Rony from Square High School and College, and I am here to discuss about the concept of ICT and the difference between the data and information, which is from your ICT book chapter 1. Okay, let's get started. Information and communication are very familiar words to us. There are many examples of technology around us. When you use the term information and communication technology, we mean a special concept. In our ICT book, there are some stories that are given to understand that special concept. Story 1. Masum's house is at Chorfashan Upazila in Vola district. His father runs the family by fishing at the sea. His father always carries a radio while going to the sea by a boat for fishing. One day, Masum asked his father, "Why do you always take the radio?" His father answered, "If it rains or some storms at the sea, I get that news immediately through the radio." Story 2. One day Yunus, a farmer from Netrokona district, was watching a TV program named Khurshid in Bangladesh television. From the program he came to know that a foreign fruit named strawberry could also be cultivated in Bangladesh. Yunus is a very enthusiastic farmer. He cultivated strawberry in his 1-acre land by working very hard for 4 months. The harvest was very good and he earned Taka 1,50,000 by selling this tasty and nutritious food. His life took a new turn from that day. Story 3. Shravani appeared at the final exam in class 5. Her parents thought that they would have to go to the school to get the result. Shravani told her parents that her result could be known through a mobile phone. For this, they would have to send an SMS to a specific number mentioning her roll number and the name of the board. At first, her parents could not believe it, but after sending the SMS within a short time, they got a return SMS mentioning Shravani's result. Shravani got GPA 5. She was very happy. Story 4. The subject of national essay competition this year was Liberation War of Bangladesh. Rashid decided to take part in this competition, but he did not know much about our Liberation War. When he was thinking where to find the information, the idea of internet came to his mind. He sat with his computer and downloaded a lot of information from the internet on Liberation War with his father's help. And he wrote an essay using this information and sent it to the competition. Story 5. World Cup cricket was being played at Dhaka. Ria and Rontu demanded to their father that they would watch the World Cup cricket. In spite of a lot of effort, their father could not manage tickets. Suddenly he remembered that the World Cup cricket is shown live in big TV screen at Dhaka University. On the day of the match, father went there with Ria and Ontu, and thus they could watch the match in a large TV screen. They felt as if they were watching the match sitting at the stadium. Several incidents have been narrated to you, and you may think that there is no connection among the incidents. But if you think a little, you will understand that all the incidents are connected with one another. There are communication of information in each incident. Masum's father can have information about rain and storm from the radio. Yunus collects information about cultivation of strawberry from the TV. Shravan gets to know the information on her result through mobile phone. Rashid gets information on the Liberation War from the internet, and last of all, Ria and Ontu get information on cricket match from the big TV screen. Technology of some kind must have been used to transfer this information. The technology that is used to sending and receiving and storing information is called information and communication technology. You can clearly understand that information technology has not come to this stage in one day. There was a time when people could exchange information only by talking. Then they started to transfer and preserve information by writing on clay, stones, and barks of trees. The facilities of preserving and transferring information increased when the Chinese invented paper. Information transfer took a new dimension after the invention of telephone. Information transfer through wireless technology brought the entire world in a grip of mankind. There was a time when letter written in one country took 1 to 2 weeks to reach another person in another country. These letters were written on papers and the addresses were written on the envelopes. Then these letters were sent from one country to another either by ship, plane or train. Then these letters were sorted and later manually delivered to the concerned house or persons on the basis of the address written on the envelopes. Such letters are still written. People eagerly wait to get a letter from the near and dear ones. But many techniques have now been invented to transfer information regarding work. People can now send letters from one country to another in a second by using these techniques. Not only letters, but voice, picture, and video can also be sent with letters. You can say that the entire world has now come to our palm. People can now communicate with each other whenever they want, as if the entire world is a village. Even a new term, global village, has been coined to express this meaning, although in reality we are not close, but virtually we are now next to each other. The technology that has greatly helped information transfer technology to come into reality is digital electronics, which is the branch of electrical and electronics engineering. That's why we sometimes call this age is a digital age. Not only this, we also say that we shall make our country a digital Bangladesh. It means that by using modern technology, we shall make our lives much more comfortable and lives will be full of joy without any sorrow or misery. Now, question is, what is technology? Different instruments made on the basis of scientific data and information that make human life easy and comfortable are together called technology. In this context, you are to remember one point. Many technologies make human lives complicated in the process of making them comfortable. Many technologies on one hand have made human lives easier, but on the other hand have brought danger by damaging the environment. Again, there are many technologies that we do not need at all, but we want to have those and thus bring problems for us. There was a time when technology was used only by rich countries and organizations. Because all countries and organizations did not have the required number of computers and the ability to use and maintain them. At the time, an entire building was needed to install a computer and the capacity of the computer was very little. Today, those big computers have started becoming smaller and their capacities have also increased a lot. You will be astonished to know that one would need lack of monies to purchase a computer then, but now a computer with greater capacity can be found inside a mobile phone of your relatives. So we can easily understand that computers are now reaching every home. The information technology that was once used only by a few big organizations and important persons is now being used by common people. Along with computers, new equipments are being manufactured and new softwares are being made for using these computers and equipment. Also, optical fiber and satellites are being used to facilitate communication, and internet is being used for transferring information. Information superhighway has been invented to transfer information, as highway are made for buses and trucks. In fine, information transfer from one corner to the other corner of the world has now become very easy. Any information can be equally shared by both the most influential person and a very ordinary person of the world. So, it can be said that a revolution has started to change the world by using information and communication technology. Now, the question is, what is information? Before knowing what is information, we have to know what is data. Data is the complete list of facts and details like text, observation, figures, symbol, and description of things. It is the raw list of facts that are processed to gain information. Suppose anybody's name, number, that is 1, 2, 3, the symbol, any text, any word is the example of data. And what is information? Information is a processed, organized data presented in a given context and is useful to humans. Now, I am giving an example by which you can understand what is data and what is information. Here showing Rohim, address, 1, 6, 12, class, role, age, pubnam. All are individual raw fact or individual word or individual symbol. These are simply called data, individual data. If you this individual raw fact processed and organized, then it will shows Rohim is a student of class 6, roll 1, age 12, home address, Pabna, and it has a meaningful object, that is it has a concrete background, or it means something. This is information. Rohim, student, 6, roll 1, age, etc. is individually data, and individually each data means nothing. But Rohim is a student of class 6, roll 1, age 12, home address Pabna, has a meaningful object. This is an information. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye.